What's up? What's up, everybody? I am RJD, and this is Rashonology. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, uh, today, yeah, this is a sad one. Yeah, this is a sad one. We don't know. I don't know what's going on. There are a lot of people who dropped the ball on this story. I heard of it briefly, but now there's another couple of minute video that I'm going to look at. I have not seen this video. I know of the story, but I have not seen this video. So we're going to react to this in real time and talk about this in real time. So y'all know what this is. We have a video. We talk about it. So let's talk about it. Hit the like button. All right, let's do this.
Family tragedy is speaking out tonight to 7 News Detroit. She had been living in a van parked at the Hollywood Casino parking garage with her 4 children when the unthinkable happened. 2 of them died from what appears to be hypothermia. 7 News Detroit reporter Brett Cass telling us the mom says she tried to get help for her homeless family, but no one answered the call until it was too late.
I lost the one who made me a mother. I lost a 2-year-old. I'm dying inside. It hurt. I feel like my heart is breaking. And I have 2 more kids to live for.
It's been a long journey for Tatiana.
All right. Okay. So first and foremost, rest in peace to the children who actually passed away. This seems like it was a horrible, horrible situation. You never want to see anybody in these types of situations, let alone have kids involved and something happens to the children. But whenever I see things like this, I always ask, how did we get here? How did we get here? How do we get from you have a kid with, obviously you didn't have the kid by yourself, so you had a kid with somebody, to we got 4 kids in a van in a parking lot and we're homeless. How do we get from A to B to C to D to E? I always ask that question, and it's crazy to think about because I don't know the laws in Chicago, so I know it's not like New York. New York, they have a right to shelter in New York. So literally, you could go down the path in New York, and they'll house you, and you might be there for a couple of days, but they'll house you. They have somewhere for you to stay, and you won't freeze to death outside. I don't know. I don't know about how it is in Chicago, but this is extremely unfortunate. So let's keep going.
Tatiana Williams with an even tougher battle ahead. She spent the last 3 months living in a van with her children.
And
For 3, how? 3 months in a van with your children. So right off the bat, if you're living in a van for 3 months with your children, right off the bat, that tells me you have no family. So there's no family involved. And if you do have family, they really don't talk to you. They don't like you. They don't want to be around you. That's number one, because there's no way that anybody in my family that would happen to, because somebody they'd be like, yo, come over here, we'll figure it out, we'll help something. So I don't know where this woman's family is to help out, because that's the first people that normally you reach out to that would help you, family, or in rare instance, very close friends. And even very close friends, there's a very short window with that. But right away, this tells me her family's not involved. And where's the child's father? I think they said she had 4 kids in the car. So where's the child's father? Not around? That's another thing.
regret having to sleep out there so bad. I tell him I'm sorry, but I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there.
So she tried to go to hotels and she tried to pay people to stay in other places, but to no avail. So she couldn't have been working because if she was, she might have had a couple of dollars. She couldn't have been on any assistance. And I don't know, how does somebody get to this point?
It wasn't working for me.
1 a.m. on Monday morning, they parked at the Hollywood Greektown Casino parking garage in below freezing temps. Overnight, the car ran out of gas, and the next day, her 9-year-old son was not breathing.
So she parks in the parking garage. Car runs out of gas, because that's what cars do. They're going to run out of gas eventually. So you can't keep the heat on. And it got so freaking cold that the kids died in that car. So what were the kids wearing? She was in the car. Did they have blanket? I mean, that might not have helped, because I heard in Chicago it gets frigid overnight in Chicago. But Did they have anything in there to keep warm? Like, this is crazy.
I tried to give him CPR, and I was just giving him CPR. I just kept saying, Fetty, don't leave me. Don't leave me, please.
After a friend helped take him to the hospital, her 2-year-old daughter was also found unresponsive. Both were later pronounced dead from what appears to be hypothermia.
So they literally died of hypothermia. No, normally when I hear the word hypothermia, it's because you've been in the ocean, like people in the ocean, they stay in there for too long and they ended up getting hypothermia and they die. This was just, it got frigid overnight. Who knows how cold it actually was.
She didn't even get to live her life. She didn't get to do nothing. She lost her life because I had to sleep in the car.
In a press conference, the mayor and city leaders confirmed that Tatiana did call the city's homeless response team back in November.
So she called the homeless response team in November for help and they didn't help her. How does this go in Chicago? There's no place where you can go, like in New York we have PATH. There's no equivalent to Chicago where you could go seek homeless services.
But nothing ever came of it.
At least as far as we've been able
But nothing ever came of it. What does that mean? What does that mean?
to determine so far, the family never called back again for service. And as far as we've been able to tell, our homeless staff never proactively reached out to say,
So she didn't
what
reach
happened
out,
with your
they didn't reach
situation?
out.
Was it resolved?
Mayor Duggan is now calling for a review of the city's homeless services, while Tatiana is now in a shelter and her kids are with relatives.
My thing is, okay, hold up. So she's now in this shelter and her kids are with relatives, which means somebody could have took them kids long time ago because they're obviously staying with someone. She could have been in the shelter long time ago because she's in the shelter now. That's an L.
Nope. You stupid.
So if this made national news, because this is national news, this was everywhere a couple of days ago. Why couldn't she get in the shelter beforehand? Why did somebody have to die to get her in the shelter? If she made the call, she reached out to the people for help. Why couldn't they have helped her in November and before that? Why are they deciding to help her now? And to the family who has the other children, why didn't they take the kids or do any of that beforehand? But what probably happened is they probably took the kids from her because the kids died in her care. So they probably took those other kids and family was probably forced to take them so they wouldn't go into the system because obviously she had other family for them to go to. But they probably didn't want to take those kids, so they probably took them begrudgingly, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know, but probably. But if you had, where was the family and resources before the kids died? Where was that? I don't know.
It took my 2 kids to die for y'all to help me. It just don't work like that. It hurt losing 2 kids in one night. You know, I don't wish this on nobody. And if you can get help, please go get help. Because I don't want nobody else to go through what I'm feeling.
All right, here's a video of the father of the 2 kids. Let's see what he got to say.
Look, you're not actually going to get.
All right, that's an ad, so we gotta wait for this to go. Let's see what he's saying.
Big story of the night. A father speaking to us tonight after learning 2 of his kids died from exposure to the cold in a casino parking lot.
Yesterday, 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham spoke to the mother of those 2 kids about the tragic situation.
All right, I'm interested.
Yesterday, I woke them up to wake them up from school. My son wasn't moving. And I kept saying,
And they were going to
"Please
school,
get up.
which is
Please."
Well, tonight, Darren is getting the father's side of this story, hearing about the moment he learned 2 of his children had passed away.
Darnell Curry Sr. wiped away tears while talking with me about his children, Darnell Jr. and Amelia, and the distressing phone call he says he took from their mother,
What?
Tatiana Williams, on Monday.
I went to the gym. As soon as I got on the treadmill, she called saying, "Can I?"
I went to the hold on.
Nope.
I went to the gym. So if you got enough to pay for a gym membership, you ain't got enough to take care of them kids and get them up out the cold? Or did he know? He might not have known, but then how do you not know that your kid's mother's homeless? How do you not know that? You had to have known that. There's a lot of missing pieces here. This is crazy.
Make it to the hospital right now. They gone. I was hoping it was a sick joke, but It wasn't.
According to Detroit police, 9-year-old Darnell Jr. and 2-year-old Amelia died while sleeping in a vehicle at the Hollywood Casino at Greektown parking garage. Investigators say the cause appears to be hypothermia, a tragedy stemming from homelessness.
I tried. I asked for help. I asked everybody, even people out of state.
She said she asked for help. She asked for people out of state, she said.
But I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there.
So she said she reached out to people for help and she was homeless. So why couldn't she at least tell the father, yo, take the kids until I get back up on my feet? What's going on here?
It wasn't working for me. You know, people just didn't like too many kids at their house.
I spoke with the children's mother Tuesday evening. She told me she's been living in her vehicle for 3 months, along with her 4 kids, her mother, and 2 teenage siblings. She says she reached out to Curry, who's the father of 3 of her children.
I asked him, I said, can you get your kids for me? I said, I need help.
Oh, so she okay. So she did ask him to take the kids at least, so until she could get right. And what did he say?
You know I'm homeless. I kept them
You know I'm homeless.
this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tatiana ever reached out asking to?
No, she did not. All she said was, can I get them? Can I get them? Just to get them, and can I get them because y'all homeless? That's 2 different things.
She said she had been homeless for 3 months.
See, that's what I saw about 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other side stories, they can cut all that. No, she did not.
Oh, the plot thickens. So he's saying she ain't say nothing to me about being homeless. I mean, but my thing is, the kids ain't gonna tell you. If you see your kids on a regular basis, they're gonna tell you they homeless. So either he wasn't seeing the kids like that, or she didn't say, or she did say anything, and he was just like, I don't care. You figure that out. Or maybe he didn't have the space for that. I don't know. Man, everybody failed these kids, man. Like, everybody. Everybody failed these kids. Everybody. The only people who suffered were these children. The children suffered because the parents couldn't get it together. She's saying, I called. He's saying, no, she didn't. So somebody is obviously lying. Somebody lying. And who pays the price? The 9-year-old and the 2-year-old, the 8-year-old and the 2-year-old, who froze to death in the back of a van. This is a tragic situation. I don't even want to talk about this no more because this is getting messy at this point. Absolutely tragic situation. For anybody to bury their child is just unimaginable grief and trauma and just horrible. It's horrible in all aspects. I don't even have the words for it. And it just seems like, unfortunately, the people who were supposed to be protecting the children just couldn't get it together, regardless of whatever the circumstance was. And they let these kids down. They let these kids down. And unfortunately, they got to live with that. They got to live with that. And hopefully the other children get a chance. Hopefully they get a chance to live their life and make something of themselves and come out of this dark situation. But they failed them kids. They failed those kids, man. They failed those kids. That's all I got for you guys on this one. I will catch y'all on the next one.